Hola, hola, hola a todos. Es tu prima favorita, Bobby here, and welcome back to the Cousins Corner. If you are not new here, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I'm your Bobby, tu prima favorita, and I just like to talk. And today, un mensaje that popped into mi cabeza. It's just, your time will come. Your time will come. Your time is coming. We get into a lot of comparison nowadays. There's a lot of sharing and sometimes oversharing of things that we see, especially with social media and just out in the world in general. Everything is on Front Street. There's this idea that everything is content, and I don't think that that's necessarily a bad idea, but I do know that a lot of times you have to find ways to take that stuff in healthily, right? And you also have to find ways to pull back so that you are not over consuming all of the things that you're seeing that everybody else has going on, or everyone else is doing or accomplishing. I know that there are a lot of people who feel a bit behind where they are in their lives because they're seeing so much of other people's highlight reels and where people are, and then they're getting into the habit of comparing themselves. And so this is not to say like stop comparing yourself, because that's a lot easier said than done. And while you should be working towards not comparing yourself, you should also understand that if you are out here putting in the necessary work that it takes to get to what it is that you want and where it is that you want to be, then your time is going to come. And I know sometimes it can seem like other people are reaching your goals sooner than you are, or that it comes easier to everyone. And I have to stress that you never know what's going on behind the scenes for anyone else. And that's why it's very important for you not to compare yourself. And that's not to say that everybody is out here faking the funk. That's not to say that everybody is out here cheating the system, but you also don't know what work that person is putting in. You don't know how long they've been working on that. You don't know what they had to do to get to where they are now. You don't know the depths of that. They could tell you whatever they want to tell you, but you don't know what that truly looks like. And it's okay, it's not for you to know, because it's not your life, it's theirs. They're at a certain point in their life, in their opportunity, on their journey, and that's for them. And if it's your friend or someone close to you, or like enjoy that with them, be happy with them and celebrate them, but take them out of your equation rather. You should be honing in to yourself. It doesn't matter if this person got it months before you did, or years before you did, or whatever the case may be. If you know that you are out here putting in the work to become that athlete, or you're putting in the work to get that PhD, to get those good grades if you're still in school, to get that life that you want, to get to that financial goal that you have, to get to that fitness goal that you have. If you're out here putting in the work and you're doing this stuff correctly, you're doing it right, you're not doing any underhanded things or any backhanded things or playing in anybody's face, your time is going to come. And when it does come, you will be able to bask in the glory of all the hard work that you have done, all of the things that you have accomplished, all of the nights that either you lost sleep, or you cried, or you questioned, or you almost gave up, or whatever the case may be. You prayed, you manifested, you journaled, you fasted, you visualized, you went to therapy, you listened to this person, you lifted those weights, you did whatever it is that you need to do. Your time is going to come because you are so diligent in the work that you're putting in, because you stand strong in the faith that you have in yourself. And that is why it's going to have to happen, because you've put in too much work for it to not happen. But just because it doesn't happen as fast as somebody else, or just because it doesn't come as quickly or seem to be as easily as someone else has gained whatever their end goal or their definition of success is, or your definition for them of success is, does not make your walk any less valuable. It doesn't make you any less valuable. It doesn't make your journey any less of a journey. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean that you're left behind. It's just that we are different people living different lives, having different experiences, and we are all on different journeys. So it's going to look different. The thief of joy is comparison, or rather comparison is the thief of joy. And I know that that's scripture, but it's also like, if you're a person who doesn't really believe in scripture or doesn't adhere to scripture for your life, know that that is true. Know that each and every time that you set yourself up next to somebody, you rob yourself of joy. And that's even if you're looking down on a person, you are robbing yourself of joy by comparing. And I know that sometimes in some fields that we might be in, like, no, comparison is how I'm measuring my success, because this person is my goal or is at my goal, or I'm trying to surpass this, or I'm trying to surpass this, I don't want to say limit, but say you're trying to surpass this threshold or this line or whatever the case may be. Don't use it as comparison, use it as a motivator. Healthy people take comparison and put it as a motivator. You might be my competition, yes, but I'm not going to compare myself to you. I'm not going to compare my walk to your walk, or the work that I put in and compare it to the work that you put in. What I'm going to do, if you are at a place that I want to be, or a place that I desire to be, or you are at a goal that I desire to achieve or to have, I'm going to use you as motivation. I'm going to let that drive me to say that if you can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. And if you do feel that there is more that you should be doing or could be doing, tap into that feeling too, because sometimes that can come from a place of us just downing ourselves because we are so deep into comparison that we feel like we need to pull out all the stops, any and everything. And sometimes it actually is true, where it's like, well, maybe I do need to add a couple more pounds to the weights that I'm lifting in the gym every day. Maybe I do need to run that extra mile. Maybe I do need to stay a little bit longer at work to knock that project out. Maybe I do need to seek outside help or outsource a couple of things so that I can make sure I'm meeting that goal. Maybe I do need to get an accountability partner, or whatever the case may be. So you have to tap into, where's that feeling of I'm not doing enough coming from, and see, is it because you're so busy comparing yourself to the next person, or is it because you actually need to be doing more? And once you figure that out, you move from that place. If it's from a place of comparison, you scale back on the comparison and you let them be your motivation. If it's from a place where, no, there actually is more that I need to do, then you sit down and you tap in and hone in and see where it is that you need to do so that you can excel to the heights or to the level that it is that you're ultimately trying to achieve. That's all I have to say about that today. Again, just if you don't take away anything else from this video, just take away the fact that your time is going to come. Be diligent, work hard, believe in yourself. That sounds so cliche, but it's true, because if you don't start there, there is nowhere for you to go but down if you don't first believe that you can achieve what it is that you want. And then work towards it. Don't think about everybody else. Don't think about the person that's next to you. Don't think about the person that's already there. Again, use them as motivation so that you can get there, but don't compare your walk, don't compare your journey, don't compare your struggle to theirs, because y'all are two different people living two separate lives on your own journeys. And sometimes it's just not fair. Like, it's just not fair that it takes them 2 minutes to do something that takes me 2 hours, or that it took them 2 years to do something that took me 4. You know, it's okay. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, learn from where you are, and use that person as your motivator, because one day you're gonna be there and this won't even matter anymore. Or I won't say it won't matter, your journey here will matter, but this won't be your biggest focus, because then you'll be focused on either celebrating where you are or getting to the next thing that you want to be. So it can be hard sometimes. It can be annoying for people to tell you enjoy the journey and all of that stuff, but my biggest thing is to tell you to hone into yourself. Don't use other people as your comparison, use them as your motivator, and just know that through your diligence, through your willingness to work, through your motivation and your ambition, and doing what you're supposed to be doing, what you need to do, lo que necesitas hacer, you will get to where it is exactly where you're supposed to be. Your time is coming. So thank you for joining me today in the Cousins Corner. This is tu prima favorita, Bobby here, and I will see you next time. Bye.